everybody. This is Jess from 3D Learning Experts, and you're listening to the LD Experts Podcast, the show for busy parents who want to help their kids with learning disabilities, or as I like to say, learning differences, go from surviving to thriving. Hello, everybody. Today we are talking to Natalya and her son Skyler Story. And I'm so excited to share their story of how they started My Kid Entrepreneur Club. And Skyler is an unschooled boy, and so he's going to join us after a little bit, and after we get to talk to Natalya. So Natalya, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to talk to you and to share our story.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's just get started. My Entrepreneur Club, what is that?
My Kid Entrepreneur Club is a club where kids meet virtually or in person if they are in like close area in Connecticut. And basically we work on their self-image, self-confidence to build a business. Actually, they're learning how to be an entrepreneur by building a real business. And me and my husband, Zach Story, we guide kids. We're not teaching them, we're just guiding them towards trying multiple things, finding their passion and following the passion, not just like dreaming big about something, but actually acting on it.
I love that. So I was excited to bring you on the show because dyslexic people are often very good entrepreneurs, and reading is not always the easiest thing for people with dyslexia. So a club like yours is fantastic because they can communicate rather than having to read a lot of information.
Yeah. And in today's world, for example, somebody asked me yesterday a question, do you need to write a lot? Well, we have kids that don't like writing, but they can speak, and they writing even books like that. They conducting interviews, and then they editing their interview, so they speak in their book instead of writing. And this way, it's much more interesting to read the book because it's written in spoken language. So
Yes,
yeah.
that's awesome. And so share with us how you got started with this company. It's such an exciting story.
It was at the beginning of pandemic. Actually, my 6-year-old son, back then he was 6, he was super excited that school got closed because back then he was going to school and we were living in New York City. So we had a house in Connecticut. So we moved, and he ended up having all the freedom in the world. And he realized that everything is closed. And he saw me digging flowers, like I was doing landscape. And I was like, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these flowers. It's too many of them. And he's like, Mom, we should sell them. I was like, I didn't even think about that because like no human interaction is like happening right now, right? It's like who's gonna buy that? But he convinced me to put to make a post on Facebook Marketplace, and literally in few minutes people started like messaging me. It's like, can I come can I come over and dig myself, or like different types of stories. And they started like literally driving and showing up in on our driveway, and that's how his first business started. And then he wanted to do more and learn more. This is Skyler.
Hi, Skyler.
Hi. So he wanted to do more and learn more, and I bought all the resources in the world, and they were extremely outdated. And I could tell that they were not designed for 21st century just because I'm an entrepreneur myself. and I kind of know what is needed. And that's how me and my husband started to think what kind of resources we can create for him. And that's how we wrote the book. I have the book to show. This is the book. We wrote and designed the entire book ourselves. It's like, you can see how big it is. So it's designed for kids to write and to interact. So it's like very colorful.
Very.
Skyler was doing like his drawings, and also workbook. And then he started following this book. But what we realized is that kids need to interact with themselves. They need to share ideas in trusted circle where they can discuss ideas and also to find the support. For example, if somebody is giving up on the idea, they need to hear from other kids, like try this or try something else, or like interaction between like-minded kids.
I was going to say it's like Napoleon Hill's mastermind groups, but for kids.
Yeah.
I love it.
I actually think Napoleon Hill's books are like one of the must-read books for high schoolers or for teenagers, or like you have to read those books in order to go in real life, basically.
Be successful and learn how to be. Yeah, those are his books are amazing, for much better than what they teach in school.
And then Sky realized that's how. Do you want to talk about your second business idea?
Yes, it was soap with a fish inside.
A what?
We have it right here.
It was a soap
with a fish inside.
With a fish inside. So he realized that kids
don't wash hands a lot.
Don't wash their hands a lot during pandemic, and he decided to encourage kids to wash their hands more often by placing a toy inside the soap.
That's so cool. I once bought soap that had jewelry inside it. So
yeah,
kind of the same idea. I love how creative you are, Skyler. That's amazing. And I heard that you are starting your own podcast as well.
Yes.
Yeah. What's it called?
Raising Game Changers of Tomorrow.
Wow. Nice. I like it.
No, it's called Game Changers of Tomorrow.
No, yours is called Game Changers.
You can't raise anyone.
I mixed the two podcasts up.
It's called Game Changers of Tomorrow.
No, your podcast is called Game Changers of Tomorrow.
Well, it makes sense that mom's podcast is Raising Game Changers of Tomorrow. And that's great. So the two of them go together hand in hand. That is so wonderful. So, how does your club work?
Well, we're meeting once a week with kids
in our house.
And we are like, it depends on their age. We have two age groups from 8 till 12. And from 12 to 17. So it's like more teenagers, they have different needs and different ideas. They want to we have a guy who already came, he's 17, and he already came to our club with a t-shirt business, with a salad business. So teenagers, they already have something they work specifically on. And kids from 8 to 12, they just researching and they looking for what to do, and they searching for their passion. So it's different needs for different ages. But at first, for example, the group from 8 to 12, they first they trying as many things as possible, and they looking for something that gives them more energy than it takes. So we're searching for that passion, but this way they know what, not hypothetically what they might like, but what actually they enjoy to do so much that it gives them more energy. And then we start brainstorming what actually, like what kind of problem they want to solve. And they start like looking at the world as a problem solution through the problem solution lens. And then they either start podcasting, they writing a book, they creating something very unique to, they researching their avatar, who are they solving problem for, and we guiding kids through different possibilities, basically showing that anything is possible as long as they as long as they acting on something that they want to do.
And so do you guide them on how to sell their products as well?
Yes. We just had a workshop on storytelling, because we trying to convince kids, like they are natural storytellers. They love stories, and stories is something that people, especially in the attention economy like we are living today, stories, they learn how to sell through stories. And we have the whole structure of how to tell stories, and they practicing, and it's amazing to see the transformation they go through. The influence is the second aspect of selling. So we do teach marketing, but like real marketing, not not something that you learn. Like I took marketing course at the college. It's not what I learned. So it's a real entrepreneurial skills like storytelling, influence, persuasion, and things like that.
That's wonderful. Can I sign up?
Well, you look like you're 17.
Well, I can try to look a little younger. No, just kidding. So Skyler, where are you selling your soaps right now?
I'm not selling it right now.
Well, he actually sold out his soap. He had Etsy store.
Oh, okay.
Right now he's focusing on podcasting the most.
Got it. Yeah. Sometimes we have to pick what we're going to focus on so we don't spread ourselves too thin.
Yeah, but it also, he like I feel like the interest to soap is not as strong because the pandemic is over. It was like one of those things that we were all convinced to wipe Amazon boxes and to wash our hands so often. It's like you couldn't even feel the skin. So it was a pandemic thing, but now it feels like pandemic is over. And
Because it is over.
yes,
Well, it's still good to encourage people to wash their hands.
I was actually thinking to get a 3D printer for him, so he would start designing his own toys and attaching NFTs to each toy, and then it might be just to take a different approach to the whole soap thing. Because again, like stories, we're learning and like teaching them to sell through stories. So in his story was because of the pandemic. And now it's just like he thinking to create like different NFTs and make, but he also wants to design his own toys to put inside the soap. So we're kind of working on that.
Well, that'll be good use for the 3D printer when he designs his own
Yeah.
toys. Yeah, great. So, you were saying that you told me that your daughter is already a budding podcaster as well. You want to talk a
Oh,
little bit
yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Not a podcaster, but she loves to talk.
She loves to talk, and like she is 3. She's 3 years old, and she doesn't speak English just yet. So once she'll learn, she'll definitely, like, I can feel that she'll be the greatest podcaster of, like, in our family. Because she can come up with different stories like in a second. And that's what I see the most of the kids, especially those who never went to school and those who don't afraid to like make mistakes, or because we kind of like, I'm teaching Skyler right now not to be afraid to make mistakes, not
I
to
already know that.
not to make not to be like, just concentrate on the effort, not on the result.
And would you share a little bit about your unschooling experience, because a lot of people don't know what unschooling is, and so that would be, I think, a really good thing to share.
Do you want to share your unschooling experience? Well, we started unschooling this year. And so far it's wonderful. It, like, I feel the freedom kids have to do whatever they interested in, and to focus and to spend as much time as they need to do something. For example, Luna, she's 3, but she can spend doing something like she likes, like drawing. She can do it. She can spend like 2-3 hours doing the same thing. It wouldn't be possible. Or sometimes 5. It wouldn't be possible in school because she would be interrupted every like 40 minutes to do something else. But unschooling or homeschooling, sometimes we still need to teach them to read, to write, right? So it's kind of like a mix. It's not only unschooling, but I'm also teaching them how to write, but they also learning different things that they interest. So unschooling for us, it's they guide us to help them to learn what they interested in. Sky can spend hours playing chess. Where's here? So sometimes he spent 5 hours playing chess. It
Or
wouldn't
5 hours playing football, or 5 hours playing hockey.
It wouldn't be possible at school.
Who does he play chess with usually?
Usually on Chess Kid.
Usually he plays on Chess Kid or Lichess, but he also has a coach,
We
and
took a break from him.
he groups kids to play with each other, but
Bless you.
bless you.
Thanks.
But the most interesting to see when he goes to different tournaments and to play with real kids using real chessboard.
Last time we went to a tournament, I won it.
Yes, last time he went to the tournament in New York City and he took the first place.
Oh, nice job.
That
Look
was,
at my group. My group was too easy for me.
of course, it's too easy when you're ready. So it's exciting. But it's also possible only because he is capable of spending so many hours doing something that what he learned, what he is interested in.
So you said he just started unschooling this year. Was he in traditional school last year, or did he do homeschooling of a different sort last year? What was last year like?
Last year was like he had an option to stay at home last year. Like
no, I didn't.
At the beginning of the year, I
Oh,
told you
I didn't.
you can if you don't like to be at school, you can just tell me and you're going to stay at home. So he went the first days of school, and he liked it because we just moved here, and he learned, like he got introduced to different friends in the neighborhood. So, but we last year we skipped almost half of the year, and he stayed at home. Because sometimes he told me that he wanted to finish the book series or like something else to do. And I always was very flexible to keep him at home if he wants to. So last year he had like flexibility to go 1 day a week or like
days a week.
or on days when they had chess club.
On Thursdays.
Yes. And
I just destroyed everybody there.
so school sent me letters all the time. But
I was going to ask how flexible the school was about that.
They were kind of like sending letters about absence all the time. But when Skyler took the first place at the chess tournament,
they were like, okay, we're going to be...
they stopped. And they were totally
I took
okay.
5 first places. I have 1 second place, 1 third place, 5 first places.
So they were fine. Like they knew that the kid is fine. It's not like he's not learning. And he also was like, he skipped half of the year, but he always was on top of his class. So they were okay. They knew that he's fine. He's learning, even if he's learning not at home. But we have such a small school.
No, it's not. It's also small, but
that
it is still small, but not so small.
Yes.
So tell me, share with everyone what your goals are for your company.
For my kid entrepreneur, the goal is to, first of all, it's like Richard Branson was always talking about that everybody is born entrepreneur, but not everybody has an opportunity or chance to be an entrepreneur. So we want to give kids around the world to have an opportunity while they still young to find what they actually excited about, to learn what their interest, because constructing that self-image of who am I as a person, it's so important. Especially, it's like I went to college, I have 2 degrees, I have master's degree, and it took me so many years to actually discover myself, to learn what am I excited about, what I wanted to do in my life. I feel like with all technologies and everything is pacing so fast right now that you don't have the 30 years of your life to discover what is your passion. And also with different foundations like Peter Thiel Foundation for entrepreneurs, he gives 100K to high school graduates who choose not to go to college but explore entrepreneurial journey. If you have an idea what you wanted to create or to do, you can sign up for Peter Thiel Foundation. It's a Silicon Valley guy who created that to encourage entrepreneurship. So we want kids to start early to discovering what they actually interested in and try to do, and not being afraid to fail and learn from like different trials.
That's great. So, and what is the best way for people to reach you, find you?
The best way is either email or Facebook. We are all over the social media. My Kid Entrepreneur. It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. We have a public group. We didn't even close. We don't ask for any information. It's a public group raising entrepreneurial kids, where I personally record the academy for kids to like different chapters and action to take, so they can explore that academy. Absolutely, like it's free. Yeah.
Nice. And then you said that you had an offer for our listeners, and what is that?
We anybody who wants to try My Kid Entrepreneur Club, we usually charge 180 a month, but we offer to try and to see if that's what they wanted to do. We offer one first month for free. It's going to be 4 sessions with us, and then we have one session with different types of entrepreneurs. They also come in and talk to kids about what they do right now and how they started their entrepreneurial journey. And kids can ask questions like from real life entrepreneurs. We have a guy who came to talk to our kids who created Vine. He sold it to Twitter last month, and kids were excited to talk to him because he knows personally Elon Musk.
Oh,
He worked with Silicon Valley guys are so eager to help young entrepreneurs. So they always talking to us, to kids, and that's amazing to see.
that is amazing. That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Natalya and Skyler, for meeting with us today and sharing all about your business. And I wish you nothing but the best. And if anyone listening wants to help their child become entrepreneurs, the club sounds like an amazing way to go. I wish it was around when my kids were younger, because that was one of my goals with my children, was to teach them how to be entrepreneurs. So good
Thank
job.
you so much for having me. Thank you.